You get to see my cabinets in the background. Hello, my name is Patsy Shore, and I am talking about the law of addition today. In fact, we're finishing up the law of addition. And the law of addition is in this book, which is called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And I'll tell you how I found this book. I was in the Legacy Builders program, I'm still in it. And one thing I learned from Michelle O'Neill, who is the founder, was that she read this book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And I got it. And I realized that maybe the reason I'm not having any success in the Legacy Builders program is because I've always considered myself a follower. And I was talking to someone who kind of a business coach person, and she said that the people who succeed in the Legacy Builders program would succeed in other things. I think she basically said, being a leader helps. And I realized that I wasn't a leader, that I've been a follower, and I had no idea how to lead people. And so before I continue telling you about the Legacy Builders program, which is a great program, and I really liked it, I wanted to go through this book. You might think of yourself as a follower, and you might think that you can't do anything leadership-wise. That's what I thought. I never thought of myself as a leader, and I got freaked out when I became a leader of anything. So although being a mom, I've done some leadership things, and I realized that I could do that for the first time in my life. And I wish I'd realized this earlier. And I think we can all be leaders in some capacity. And I think that being a leader can help us in a lot of ways. So that's why I'm going through this book, and I'm doing a series of videos on the different laws in this book. And this is law, I don't even know what number it is. I think 4 or 5, law of addition. And I've talked about it in previous videos, but right now on this video, I'm going to talk about applying the law of addition to your life. Do you have a servant's attitude when it comes to leadership? Now, where I'm reading that from right here, and I love this arrangement of books, because at the end of each chapter, John C. Maxwell looks at how to apply these different laws in your life. And I absolutely love that. Do you have a servant's attitude when it comes to leadership? Don't be too quick to say yes. Here's how you can tell. In situations where you are required to serve others' needs, how do you respond? Do you become impatient? Do you feel resentful? Do you believe that certain tasks are beneath you or your position? If you answer yes to any of these questions, then your attitude is not as good as it could be. Make it a practice to perform small acts of service for others without seeking credit or recognition for them. I think this is a great exercise. And I've just started doing this occasionally and just almost hiding the fact that I've done something for someone. And it's great. There are lots of things I've hidden and lied about in my life, and it's good to hide something that's good. A lot of shame and guilt that I've felt. So it's good to hide something that's good. So I would suggest doing that. Make it a practice to perform small acts of service for others without seeking credit or recognition for them. Continue until you no longer resent doing them. And I absolutely love that. I read that a few years ago in some other context or heard it, and I just love that he brings this up, because it's an important thing. And I've occasionally done those good deeds for someone without getting any credit for it, or without maybe people even knowing what I'm doing. And it is a wonderful feeling. Do you value what the people closest to you value? Make a list of the most important people in your life, both personal and professional. Beside each name, write what that person values most. Then rate yourself on a scale of 1, poorly, to 10, excellently, for how actively and intentionally you support the person in that area. So that's the second application of the law of addition and applying that to your life. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. Make adding value part of your lifestyle. Begin with those closest to you. How could you add value to the people on your list related to what they value? Start doing it. Then do the same with all the people you lead. If there are only a few, add value individually. If you lead large numbers of people, you may have to think of ways to serve groups as well as individuals. And he gives a really good example of someone in here, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because I really want you to get this book and read it. I'm not reading the whole book, but I'm going over a lot of it. I'm going over all the laws. And it's about someone that John C. Maxwell plays golf with, and he started asking that person what his needs were and found out that he was trying to raise money for an endowment so that 1,000 students a year could receive scholarships to attend college, certain college at no cost. And he gave a day of his time and started this whole thing where John C. Maxwell did, where he helped this guy raise money. And but he only did that because he understood what Chris Hodges is the person he was playing golf with. And he understood what Chris's needs were. He asked, he found, and he understood that, which was great. So I'm very thankful that there's a way to do this, a way to find out what other people's needs are, and a way to actually help those people. And he did that, and we can all do that. That's part of adding value. And the title of that story with his golf partner is called How Adding Value Multiplies. So multiplying is an important thing, that the adding value sort of snowballs. And I will just read this little part. The day that he volunteered, John C. Maxwell volunteered and gave this endowment, did raise some money for the college. It was successful enough that we decided to do it again the next year and every year since. But even better, it also encouraged additional donors to give money too. From the time Chris and I had that conversation on the golf course in 2020, Chris has raised $100 million for scholarships. The little I added has been multiplied. And that's what often happens with adding value. And one thing I've noticed about myself personally, I did not realize I had any value at all. For most of my life, I've not realized I have had any value. So understanding that I have value and trying to look at and see what other people value and seeing how I can give that to them, it's a big challenge for me, but it's part of being a leader. So what do you value? What do the people who are around you value? And how can you add value? These are the things that we think about when we look at the law of addition. On the next video, we're going to look at the law of solid ground, which has to do with trust. And trust is the foundation of leadership. So I hope that this helped. I hope it helps you. If you're like me and you've just always thought of yourself as a follower and you are wondering how I can become a leader or develop some leadership skills. I don't think it's ever too late to do that. And I'm working on it now, and you can too. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps you in becoming a leader. And thank you for watching. I hope you have an awesome and wonderful and valued day.